Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to cut through all the noise and build your perfect protein plan step by simple step.
So how much protein do you really need to build muscle? I mean, this is probably the biggest question in fitness, right? And you've likely heard a dozen different answers, which can be just completely overwhelming. And you see numbers like these just thrown around everywhere. It's a mess. You've got fitness gurus saying one thing, health organizations saying another. The advice is all over the map. So what we're going to do is clear all of that up with a really simple, science-backed approach.
All right, so let's get right into it. Here's our game plan. We're going to tackle the protein puzzle, figure out your daily target, look at the math for bulking versus cutting, talk about spacing your meals, bust some myths, and finally, give you a crystal clear priority list.
Okay, first things first. We have to get one really important thing straight. The protein you need just for basic health is totally different from what you need to actually optimize muscle growth. They are two completely different worlds. And this really shows you that stark contrast. I mean, look at this. For an 80-kilo person, that's about 180 pounds. The minimum for general health is just 65 grams a day. But if you're serious about training, oh yeah, the research is crystal clear. That's just the starting line. It is not the goal. Right, so here's the key takeaway. Your perfect protein number, it's not some magic static figure. It totally depends on what you're doing right now. Are you bulking up in a calorie surplus, or are you trying to get lean in a calorie deficit?
Okay, let's get down to the real nuts and bolts of this explainer. This is the core calculation you can start using like today.
And this makes so much sense when you think about it. When you're cutting, in a calorie deficit, your body's looking for energy anywhere it can get it, and your muscle is on the menu. So more protein acts like a shield, protecting that muscle you've worked so hard for. But when you're bulking, you've got plenty of fuel coming in, so that risk is way, way lower.
So, for all you folks bulking, here's your target range. Somewhere between 0.7 and 1.0 grams per pound of body weight. For that 180-pound person we've been talking about, that's about 125 to 180 grams a day. And it's funny, right? That classic 1 gram per pound rule, it's right there at the very top end of the recommendation.
But what if you're cutting? Well, now that range shifts up a bit to protect that muscle. We're looking at 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound. For our 180-pound friend, that's now 145 to 216 grams. And look at that. That 1 gram per pound rule, it's sitting perfectly in the middle. It's actually a fantastic, simple target for most people who are trying to lean out.
Okay, so you've got your daily number dialed in. Awesome. But now what? How do you actually spread that out through the day? And does meal timing really matter as much as everyone says it does?
This quote really hits on a crucial point. The real question isn't how much protein your body can absorb. Your digestive system is a beast. It can handle a ton of protein at once. The real question is how much of that protein can it actually use to build new muscle in one go? That's the part we care about.
Yeah, for the longest time, the fitness world was obsessed with this idea that you could only use about 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal. But, newer science has kind of blown that out of the water. We're now seeing studies that show a better muscle-building response with 40 grams and even up to 70 grams in a single meal. We don't know the exact ceiling, but we know for sure it's much higher than we thought.
So, what does this all mean for you in the real world? Well, spreading your total protein out over 3 to 5 meals is probably the sweet spot. It just helps keep that muscle-building machinery running all day. But, and this is a big but, don't get stressed about it. The single most important thing, by a long shot, is hitting your total daily protein target.
All right, now we're going to get into some of the finer points, the details that can help you really optimize everything. But I want you to think of this as the final 10%. This stuff only really matters after you've got your total daily intake locked down.
Okay, let's talk about an amino acid called leucine. The easiest way to think about leucine is that it's the light switch for muscle growth. It's the specific trigger that tells your body, hey, let's build some muscle. And you need enough of it in a meal to really flip that switch on.
And this is a perfect example of why the source of your protein matters. To get about 3 grams of leucine, which is a great target to flip that muscle-building switch, you only need around 145 calories from something like whey protein. But to get that same effect from whole wheat bread, you'd have to eat over 2,000 calories. See the difference?
Okay, let's bust one of the biggest myths in fitness right now, the anabolic window. No, you do not need to chug a protein shake within 30 minutes of your last set. It's just not true. The reality is way more relaxed. As long as the meal you ate before your workout and the meal you eat after are within a 4 to 6 hour window of each other, you're good. You've maximized that training response.
And what about that pre-sleep protein shake? Well, there is some research suggesting that about 40 grams of a slow-digesting protein before bed can help with muscle repair overnight. It's a real thing. But again, it's an optimization strategy. Its importance really starts to drop if you're already crushing your daily protein goal anyway.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground. So what should you actually be focusing on? Let's boil it all down into a super simple, actionable priority list.
And here it is. This pyramid tells you everything you need to know. The base, the absolute foundation of everything, is your total daily protein. Get that right, and you've done over 90% of the work. Everything else, how many meals you eat, the timing, the quality, that's all in the middle and the tip of the pyramid. Master the base before you ever worry about the top.
And that's our deep dive into setting your perfect protein target. The confusion's gone, the science is pretty clear, and now the power is in your hands.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, which give us motivation to make better content for you. See you in the next video.